as we look at more and more things being moved to the cloud, do we have the skills to do that internally for healthcare? And it's not only infrastructure, it's also security architecture. I mean, do we know what we're doing?
I think there's this interesting sort of path that we've been on through the pandemic where we pushed a lot of stuff out of the data center and into software as a service, and we don't really understand what's happening with the software as a service company and who they're using as fourth and fifth level, service providers like AWS or anybody else. And I mean, part of the reason we did that is that we didn't want to be in that business. So we moved it out to someone else. I think the same thing. When we move workloads, we do other things with companies like AWS. Part of that is that we don't want to be in that business anymore. I think it requires, yep, good architecture. That's another whole conversation though, right? Just because you can go from the Alaris pump to the cloud and then back, or whatever it turns out to be, doesn't mean you should. The technology used to be such that we built stuff in-house in data centers that had to be on-prem because we couldn't stand the network latency that it took to have it anywhere else. And now the world has changed and network latency is way better. And we've got technology that can handle that. And we wind up in this weird situation that we do things because we can, not because we necessarily should. The same thing applies to those contracts. When you read those contracts and you look at architecture, make sure you've got penalties in there for downtime and all those things. The problem is that when you're down, you may have the penalties written in, but it doesn't really help you in the heat of the moment when your EHR is offline for 6 hours because something's happening at AWS. I mean, we try to shift the responsibility somewhere else and we try to contractually obligate the risk to someone else, but I don't know if you can really do that.